Hello and welcome to this CNN News 18 digital special. The squad for the 2021 T20 World Cup has been announced and it has some huge surprises in it. Ashwin has returned to India's T20 fold, so has Captain Cool MS Dhoni, but this time as a mentor for the team. To help us better understand Team India's strategy for the upcoming World Cup, we are right now being joined live by senior sports journalist Vimal Kumar. So, Vimal, let's get straight to it. What do you make of this team composition? There's been some questions raised about the bowling department, and it'll be quite a task to get that lineup right.
I think indeed, and it has been surprising. If you look at a couple of surprises, obviously, to start with, the selection of Ravichandran Ashwin. He's come back, not only because he was ruled out from white ball cricket, whether it was ODI or T20 cricket, he was completely ruled out. In fact, just few months back, when Washington Sundar was doing well and Ashwin was doing well in IPL, Virat Kohli was pointedly asked, is there any possibility of Ashwin making a comeback in India's T20 scheme of things? He completely ruled it out. Obviously, there was no need at that point of time. Virat himself has said, we don't know unless and until Sundar gets injured or something like that. And unfortunately, that is what it has happened. But remarkably, you have to give it to Ashwin. A formidable test player. He's being ignored for consecutive 4 test matches in England. Still, he doesn't lose hope. Because if you look at 2017 Champions Trophy final, both Ashwin and Jadeja were dropped. And they were told that Indian cricket has moved on from them. But now, almost 4 years later, if you look at Yuzvendra Chahal and Kuldeep Yadav, both ironically seen as India's future, they are out of the team. And all these two are back.
And that's something I wanted to touch upon, Vimal. So Ashwin has been out from the T20 scheme for 4 years now. The only T20, like the proper T20 matches that he has played that can be internationally recognized is the IPL. Do you think that this was a right move? Like, were we that desperate that we could not find another young spinner who was capable enough? Or are they putting in Ashwin purely because of the experience that he would bring in to the squad?
I think you just rightly said that, Kibai. It's more to do with Ashwin's experience. And obviously, recent times, if you look at his form in the IPL, the difficult overs he has bowled, Ashwin is someone, if you look at Delhi Capital's fortune, he has changed. He can bowl in power play overs, he can bowl in death overs, he has the guile, he has the skill, the guy who is not afraid to experiment. It's such a huge quality because in T20 cricket, if you look at, everybody wants to be defensive, wants to keep batsmen quiet. But Ashwin always wants to go for wicket. That is something I think selectors have noticed it, and that's why he's being preferred. And obviously his record in earlier years, if you look at, he is a great player. The only thing which goes against is his fielding. But we all know that if he can take a couple of vital wickets, fielding can always win managed.
Now we spoke about the experience that these players are going to bring in. So I want to hold back on some of the questions that I have and jump into the whole MSD factor here. It was surprising. Nobody saw this coming. There was no chatter about how somebody like MSD will be brought into the team, that too in the role that he has been designated. Do you think this was right? I mean, this looks like something that you would pick out from an IPL playbook, having a mentor for the team, a senior member. Do you think that this was the right move, and what kind of support do you think that MSD could bring for the team?
I think if you look at the announcement point of view, it was typically MSD way, quiet. Nobody has any clue what MSD is doing. He doesn't speak to anyone. So significantly, as Jay Shah pointed out, board secretary, that he spoke to MS Dhoni and MS Dhoni agreed. And, even best of the times, it is not easy to reach MS Dhoni and persuade him, convince him to take this role, which obviously he is not used to. But the fact that it clearly shows that even if he has retired, Indian cricket's interest lies in his heart. He's a big-hearted man and he wants to support this team, even if he's not active as a player, because he's close to Virat Kohli. He has an excellent rapport with head coach Ravi Shastri, and he is universally respected. And we don't need to stress the fact that what MS Dhoni's wealth of experience will add on to India's strategy, India's planning. So I think it's a wonderful move, and it will definitely put other opposition under pressure. Just seeing the most successful ODI captain and T20 captain in the Indian dressing room.
Yeah, but then again, Vimal, do you think that a team that boasts of players like Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Jadeja, Bumrah, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, even KL Rahul, does a team that experience require a mentor? Because again, I'll go back to what the IPL franchises have been experimenting with. They want mentors to come in and help the younger players to improve and move forward, help give the team that extra push. But when you already have so many experienced players, so many like couple of players like Virat and Rohit who are already heading towards that legend status, do you really think that a mentorship is required for a team like Team India?
Edwin, you have asked a very wonderful question, and I would like to answer it two parts: yes and no. First of all, yes. Why? Indian team indeed needs MS Dhoni as a mentor part, because if you look at the likes of Rishabh Pant, the likes of Ishan Kishan, they are young
Mm-hmm.
wicket keeper, explosive wicket keepers. They needed to be guided at this point of time as far as wicket keeping skill is concerned, as far as T20 batting skill is concerned, and obviously someone like Rishabh Pant who is being seen as next captain. So MSD's presence will definitely help them.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously apart from this, we have seen how the Kuldeep Yadav, the pair of Kuldeep Yadav and Yuzvendra Chahal struggled in the absence of MS Dhoni behind the wicket. Because if
Mm-hmm.
you look at the stats, when Dhoni was captain, how Kulcha performed, and when Dhoni was not captain under Virat Kohli, it speaks volumes about MSD's leadership, and as well as lack of a tactical nous as far as Virat's captaincy goes. The
Mm-hmm.
second answer why you are saying no, probably it would have been easier had Rohit Sharma been the captain of white ball cricket. Maybe you don't need an MSD as a mentor, because Rohit Sharma is a very skillful, proven match winner captain. He has won 5 times IPL captaincy. Not only that, he has proved himself as a leader. But on the other
Mm-hmm.
hand, Virat still, despite his formidable reputation as a batsman, he is
Mm-hmm.
yet to win an IPL trophy, yet to win a
Mm-hmm.
global trophy. That is where he keeps, failing. In Test cricket,
Right.
he is great, no doubt about that. You look
Okay.
at his current performance. But in
Mm-hmm.
ODI cricket, in T20 cricket, so you need someone like MS Dhoni, which will
Okay.
reduce the burden of pressure on him. Because now
Mm-hmm.
Virat Kohli can concentrate entirely on his batting. He can leave
Mm-hmm.
aside the technical part, strategic part to MS Dhoni and
Right.
Ravi Shastri.
Mhm. Okay, another thing that I want to touch upon is this update that is coming in right now. A complaint on conflict of interest has been filed against MS Dhoni. This complaint has been sent to the BCCI Apex Committee. It has been the complaint suggests that since he's already part of CSK, how can he be the mentor of Team India when Rahul Dravid was made the coach for the under 19 squad? He had to give up his role in Rajasthan Royals. How do you see this play out right after this surprising announcement?
The name is very familiar with Indian cricket. Sanjeev Gupta from Indore. He always comes up with all kind of things. I'm not going into merit and demerit of these things. Obviously, the rules are there and everyone should follow. So, but he has given the Rahul Dravid's example. But here, I think it's a slightly gray area. If you look at
Mhm.
India will be playing IPL after IPL. India will be
Mhm.
playing, T20 World Cup, and Dhoni
Right.
is not in a full-time role. He's just as a consultant. So in that
Mhm.
specific period during T20 World Cup, he's not associated with CSK, and he's not
Mhm.
completely with Indian team on a full-time basis. So I
Right.
think it's a gray area. That is something BCCI has to decide, take a call.
Okay.
But from outside, it appears I don't think it's a serious, conflict of interest case.
I'm sure that BCCI will take care of it. Do you think that there could be some issue from the ICC's point of view in this?
No, I don't think so. I don't think
Mhm.
ICC will say anything, because obviously it's a
Mhm.
BCCI's internal matter. And if you look
Okay.
at, you see, conflict of interest, you can understand if by being with the Indian team, is MS Dhoni going to benefit CSK in any way? It doesn't hold the
Right.
logic. So I
Right.
don't think it falls flatly. So even
Okay.
if you just strictly go by rule, maybe you can find faults, but it doesn't appear to
Mhm.
be the clear case of conflict of interest.
Okay. Now coming back to the team selection, Vimal. So now the second half of the IPL is going to be played very soon, right after India completes the fifth test against England. Now they have already announced a team. But we have always seen how the IPL throws up, surprises and players with good performances. Is that going to be taken into consideration to alter the lineup for Team India's current squad? Because this IPL is being conducted in Dubai. The T20 World Cup will also happen here. So is that going to factor in at some point?
I think, see, ideally it could have been, but because of ICC's deadline, because you have to announce team almost in a month's time, because, and especially in these COVID times, you need to announce your squad in an advanced way. That's why there are options of reserve player. BCCI on their cost, they can include as many players they want. But clearly, selectors are quite clear, the players they want, because otherwise they would not have dropped Yuzvendra Chahal. They would not have dropped Shikhar Dhawan. So clearly, if you look at it, I can go on. It speaks volumes about strength of the Indian team. You can have a parallel playing 11, which can be as good as any international team.
Yeah, so that's what I was coming to. So, say if Kulcha or Shikhar Dhawan, they strike that insane form, scoring 50 out of 50 or taking 2 or 3 wicket hauls consistently. Do you think that there could be some sort of a rethink? Because in the list of the squad that they had given, they have put in 3 reserve players. Do you think that, there could be some adjustment there and, players could be pushed into the squad, or that is just not going to happen?
It is difficult to say that at this point of time. Maybe unless and until injury happens, and we know so much cricket is being played, and especially during IPL we have seen unfortunate cases of players being injured. Last year, Shreyas Iyer had to miss out the entire IPL, and then he could not make a comeback in the Indian team. We have seen so many, even Ashwin got injured. Ishan Sharma got injured last time. So many players do get injured because it's such a competitive cricket. So much cricket is being played at such a short span of time. So even if those players who are not, selected, they still have a ray of hope. Unfortunately, if anyone gets injured, they always have an opportunity to make a comeback. Then ICC is flexible. If a player is injured, you can always ask for a replacement.
Okay. I hope it doesn't come to that. Now, my final question to you, Bimal. I mean, this has to be asked. So, our batting definitely looks great. The squad that has been put out, the batting really looks great. The bowling looks very much capable. What do you think are Team India's chances at the T20 World Cup? Can we go all the way, or because it is being played in Dubai, a venue that is mostly used by Pakistan and other Asian countries, do other teams in the Asian subcontinent have a much better chance of going all the way?
See, if you look at the names in this Indian team, formidable names. If you look at the 6 names, who it's a almost Mumbai Indians team. Jasprit Bumrah, number 1 match winner. Rahul Chah, superb leg spinner. Hardik Pandya, terrific all-rounder. Rohit Sharma, great opener. Shuri Kumar Yadav, great number 3 batsman. And then Ishan Kishan, floater, explosive wicket keeper. So, and obviously, we are not even talking about Virat Kohli or KL Rahul or Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Mohammad Shami. So, from the look of the team, it is a great team, unbeatable.
Right.
But the only question I think India will be worried about Virat Kohli's leadership skill. It has never been easy for Virat to lead a team to success in a shorter format of the game, and it is not just for India, even for RCB. He does struggle. Let's admit it. The ebbs and flows of Test cricket allows him to make a comeback, even if he makes a tactical error. There are people. There is a lunch break, when there is a tea break, there is a Ravi Shastri to feed you, there is a Ajinkya Rahane or a Rohit Sharma to, you can, but in T20 cricket, things move so quickly, you have to think on your feet, where Virat sometimes, is found wanting. So I think if at all, if it is the test of Virat's leadership, unfortunately, if he misses out this time, I don't think he can continue captaining Indian white ball cricket team.
And what about among the other subcontinent teams? Who do you think has a good chance of going all the way, maybe even winning the T20 World Cup? I mean, like I said, Pakistan has been playing quite regularly in Dubai. They know the conditions.
Yeah, Pakistan is a good team, but I don't think they will be such a serious contender. Forget Pakistan or Bangladesh or Sri Lanka from Asia. Even Afghanistan can surprise because of world-class spinners they have. And last time in Dubai during Asia Cup, they performed exceedingly well. So, and apart from that, I think England will be a team to beat. They are the world champion in ODI World Cup, and they have such a great team. And they came to India, played some exceptional cricket. So, if there is one team India will be, worried about, it has to be England.
Okay. Well, Vimal Kumar, thanks a lot for joining us here for this digital exclusive and putting into perspective all the developments that have taken place as far as Indian cricket is concerned. We look forward to having you again as and when other greater updates keep coming in. Thanks a lot for now.
Thanks, Edwin. My pleasure.